Hey everyone, how you doing? This is Ahman Green, Green Bay Packers all-time leading rusher, and you're watching Packers Total Access Live, your daily source for Packer content. Go Pack, go!
What's up, guys? Welcome into Packers Total Access Victory Monday edition on this glorious November the 17th as the Week 11 is wrapping up here across the National Football League. I think we got a Monday Night Football game tonight as well. And, man, that was a fun victory yesterday. I don't know how you guys and gals feel. That was one of those ups and downs. It seemed like every play somebody was going out with an injury, and Matt LaFleur just kept digging into the playbook and finding a play for Malik Willis, finding a play for Christian Watson, finding a play for Bo Melton, found a play for Savion Williams, moving the ball around, just doing whatever it took to get that hard-fought win as the Packers defeat the New York Giants 27-20. And we're going to dive into everything. We're going to relive it. We're going to take you through all of the broadcast calls and just kind of relive it in chronological order. We got family members of the players responding and reacting to the plays on the field in real time. So we'll just kind of walk through it, relive the victory. We'll talk about what happened last night. We'll wrap up the show with what happened last night between the Lions and the Eagles and how the NFC North sits as well. But before we get into everything, if you guys would do that YouTube stuff for us, hit like, hit subscribe. If this is your first time tuning into PTA, welcome. Thank you for making us a part of your morning. We're not experts. We're not insiders. We're not media members. We're fans just like you talking Packers on the daily. This is a Victory Monday episode. So after the Packers win, we try to go live early on Monday morning and just kind of relive it, grab a cup of coffee, sit back and enjoy the victory. So that's the plan here. If you're looking for that type of content, make sure you hit subscribe, click that bell icon so you're notified when we go live in the future. And just take a quick second, everybody in here, smash that like button for us as well. I see the chat's already filling up in here, Tim. You got the diesel flowing as well. Nick McSwain in the house says, good morning, PTA. I'm so freaking tired of all this negativity. Just listen to a podcast and you'd think we lost by the way they were talking. I've seen the articles too, Nick. And, I was talking to Tim about this offline, man. We know why they do that. We're talking about it right now, right? And I'm the world's worst at highlighting it. But it's one of those things that it's just something about anger in sports media that drives ratings. It drives clicks, the casual fan, if they were to wake up and go, yeah, the Packers won, and they see an article talking about, man, this doesn't feel like a win. What are they going to do? What's he talking about? Let's click on that, right? That's just the way it works, right? That's the business. We're not going to do that here. We're always going to be glass half full, like we always talk about. We're going to talk about the negative as well. But, it started last night for me, Nick, to be honest with you. Coming through Twitter, calling for Rashawn Gary to be, something needs to be done about Rashawn Gary and this and that and the negative. And it's just like, holy cow. A portion of the fan base seemed to think that Malik Willis should start over Jordan Love. That's the negative spin they immediately put there. Although when you look at some of the adjusted statistics, listen, Malik Willis did awesome. We're going to lead the show off with a couple of highlights from Malik. And I don't look at it like, yeah, okay, let me try to create a division in the fan base and see, okay, should Malik play over Jordan? No, I look at it like we got arguably the best backup quarterback in the National Football League. And we got a coach, Tim, that knows how to work him right into the scheme at any given moment. That game plan, some of the plays they called for Malik were not in the game plan for Jordan Love. And Matt LaFleur flipped the call sheet over, called a play, bang. And now
Malik right off the bench, ice cold, and he's hot as hell in a few plays, and we're in the end zone. But I'm sure that has nothing to do with Matt LaFleur, right?
No, not at all, man. Which that's kind of what we're going to lead off with here. But, Nick, appreciate you, man. I know we got Jen Wright in here, J. Cole, Mitchell's mommy. We got Holmes MD1, everybody, Mike Berry. Appreciate y'all hanging out with us this morning, man. Y'all are awesome. The Green Bay Packers put this out. You know what day it is. It's Victory Monday. And that shot back there of Matt LaFleur, and I've actually got a better clip because I went out and tweeted it right now. There it is right there, Tim. And I've got a tweet right here, too, that I just kind of typed something out. And I just said a full week of having to answer questions about his job security. Matt LaFleur has done nothing but put the shine back on his players for the stub. This is the look of a selfless head coach whose guys are love playing for him. Uphill battle with all these injuries, but I'm so proud of this team. Look at the way he's looking at his players celebrate together. And then in the post game, everything, it's shine right back on the players. Not once did he take credit for, I just had to go and find a play for Malik or this and that. You don't hear none of that. It's just these guys showing up, making plays. And then he immediately steered it back to guys, division matchup next week. Let's get back in here and let's get back to work. These guys love playing for him. And there's a portion of the fan base, and it's a minute portion of the fan base because we did poll questions on it, right? And there's a portion of the media that like to kind of lean into this. Maybe Matt's got snippy with them in the past, and they got something here. They're going to try to take shots as much as they can. But there's no doubt in my mind this team loves playing for Matt LaFleur, man. I don't know. I don't know how you feel about that, Tim, but that's kind of how I felt. I read how I felt when I seen this picture. You see Maka and Carrington Valentine celebrating together and Matt LaFleur just watching them. It's just like, that's the look of a proud-ass head coach of a team that came in completely annihilated with injuries, and here they lost players during the game as well. Just found a way to get a dub on the road, man.
Yeah, playing for coach and playing for each other too. You know, we talk about that all the time. These guys want to pick each other up, and you know, we got some guys that really stepped up yesterday. As the injury bug was biting us hard, man. We had guys dropping like flies in that ball game, and we had guys stepping up and making plays. You know. And I'm sure we'll get into that throughout the week, but it's absolutely true. You know, a lot of the negativity coming towards, you know, being thrown at Matt LaFleur and this staff is from people that, you know, are outside the building, and they're not following this team very closely and seeing what we're building, what we have been building really these last 2 or 3 seasons to get to this point. And you're going to have ups and downs. It's the NFL, man. It's not going to be perfect. It's not always going to be pretty. And a win is a win is a win, right?
Yep, absolutely. Nick McSwain says in the chat, do people typically blame head coach for drops? I've only seen Packers fans do that for LaFleur, LOL. Yeah, I want this to stay as positive as possible, but there is a portion of the fan base, I think of all fan bases for the most part, Nick, to be fair here, that no matter what goes wrong, there's just this casual generality, this general speaking point of, well, that falls on the head coach too. It all falls at his feet, because coaches will stand up there and say that. And that's what a good leader should do, right? But the reality is we all know it's not Matt LaFleur's fault that the receivers are dropping passes, right? You're limited on practice time. Listen, you've got a limited amount of time to get your guys together and go, okay, here's the scheme. Here's this week's install, right? Here's what we're going to do. Here's the players who are going to be highlighted. Here's kind of where we're pressing into attacking their weaknesses, knowing damn well that it may be the first quarter that you have to make an adjustment, go, guys, throw it out the window. That's not working. They've geared up for that angle, and you got to change things up, right? But you're not going to convince me that it's the head coach's fault that a offensive lineman lines up on, illegally, or a receiver drops a pass. You're just not going to convince me of that. And I'm not saying I'm right and anybody else is wrong, but the receivers know it's my job to catch this pass. We see them work by themselves in the offseason as well on catching passes and running routes and this and that, right? To just dumb it down to these receivers are dropping passes because of the head coach it's just lazy. That's what it is. It's lazy. If people want to,
it's stupid and lazy is what it is.
Yeah. That's probably a little more brash way of putting it, Tim, but you're right. Because it
is. I mean, nobody in that locker room is looking for somebody to blame. You know, like when things go wrong, do you want to be the person in the room pointing fingers and trying to figure out who to blame? Or do you want to step up, own it, and get better and figure out a solution? And that's exactly what this team did yesterday down the stretch and got the win for us.
And, that's the thing, too, is like if you're going to put all of the negative on the head coach and none of the positive, I can't get on board with that.
Yep.
You will hear me be negative toward Matt LaFleur, right? There's times that you're negative. Like I've talked about him being too emotional, making emotional decisions, going for it on a 4th down because he's pissed off that the offense isn't operating the way it should. I think that goes on the head coach. When you make that decision, when you allow emotion to take over as opposed to what game am I coaching right now? What's the scoring pace? How is their offense operating? What's the game we need to call right now in this moment, as opposed to, well, damn it, that play should have worked. I'm going for it on 4th down. I think that's a flaw of Matt LaFleur. However, when we get those fourth downs, you don't hear anybody complaining. When you are overly aggressive, like I felt like we were aggressive in the past yesterday. There was one particular drive where I was like, why did we not run the freaking football right there, right? But then again, you turn around and watch that throw to Savion. They got pass happy on that drive where they converted to Savion, right, on the 30-yard or 32-yard or whatever.
Shout out to Chris Brooks for the block of the day.
Boy. We're going to talk about that, man. Those are the things that it goes unnoticed most of the time, and we're going to really highlight that. We'll definitely harp on the Chalk Talk, and I've already got the plays identified. I got to start putting that together. I'm hoping we can get to Chalk Talk tomorrow. So, yeah, it's one of those things, man, that you just hindsight's 2020, and we're all Monday morning quarterbacking and this and that. But at the same time, man, there are things that you can critique. It's just stop trying to make that the focal point. I shouldn't say stop. I'm not going to make that the focal point. I just say everybody can do what they want to do. I'm not going to make that the focal point. We got Rob in here. Good to see you, buddy. Appreciate you swinging through, Rob. Happy Victory Monday to you, sir. All right, Tim. Let's start off with Matt LaFleur adjusting this offense with what I put a tweet out and said Willie Beeman in at quarterback. Every time Malik Willis comes in, I'm going to refer to him as Willie Beeman, as you can see here. If you'll give me a screen grab, Tim, let's relive the audio of this play. And this is a zone read play, right, of Malik Willis. And just so you guys know, they are in a gun nasty. It's 11 gun nasty. They came out in an empty chips look. Remember, we've been showing empty chips. They came out in empty chips, and then they bring the running back in on a sidecar right. So now the Giants have to pre-snap adjust. That's Matt LaFleur by design, putting them on their heels. And what you want to do is bring the running back in and snap it as quick as possible before they can communicate. You can see here, you guys can't see it. We'll get hit with a copyright. But number 2, their corner that's off the edge, because it's a nasty split, and you got Matthew Golden in a nasty spot right there, a nasty X, actually. He's playing X on this particular rep, which we talked about him possibly being the X moving forward, if Romeo does not re-sign. So 2's trying to decide, should I crash inside a little bit more? What if he works out? He's trying to communicate, and they're going to get a quick snap off here. But here's the audio call. What it is, it's going to be a zone read. They're in a tray. They end up in a tray left nasty out of the gun in 11 personnel with a sidecar right. And here we go.
3rd and 8. He's going to keep it. He's got this element to his game. And there goes Malik Willis for a first down into the New York red zone.
So, again, the thing that they did there, you can drop it down now, Tim. And we got to be careful with the videos, guys. I just want y'all to be able to kind of relive the audio there. So the thing that they did there, you'll notice that corner ended up kind of, okay, he decided I've got to get outside. I'm the only defender outside. And Malik Willis cuts back inside, and they pick up a nice little gain there. That gets them on their heels. So now the Giants have to adjust, right, Tim? They've got to adjust. Okay, this isn't Jordan Love. They're going to run a different scheme here, right? They're going to do their thing. Emilio, you just jump in when you want to, buddy. And now they've got to adjust their game plan, and it puts them on their heels. They drive right down the field. And this next play here is Malik Willis with the laser to Christian Watson, which, by the way, what a freaking grab by Christian Watson. An even better throw by Malik Willis, too. Rolling right, throws across his body, just an absolute dot. Let's relive the audio of that play here.
3rd down again. Willis holds on. Willis rolls and throws, and it's snatched for the touchdown by Watson. First of the season for Watson, back from the knee injury and back in the end.
I mean, Tim, that throw across his body, man. Whew.
Football IQ moment right there. Football IQ moment, right? You got that defense all following you. Mm-hmm. You come back against it and put a dot right on Scoot's face mask. And he's able to hang on to it. Incredible play.
And we shouldn't need a screen grab here. I'm hoping, Tim, I'm going to make it a little bit smaller. Maybe it won't trigger anything. But here we go. This is the actual play. We'll play it through once, maybe twice. So you see they came out. This looks like a heavy set, too. This is right down Emilio's alley. So what you got here is Kennard playing the Y. So that's what we would call Y70 is what I would call it, Y70. And listen, there's people on Twitter that call it something different. That's totally cool. What I'm saying is the Y position is played by number 70. That's what I'm saying, right? This is your U in Fitzpatrick, okay? Yep. So you go really, really heavy on this set here, right? And watch Malik Willis here. So ball snapped. It's going to be kind of a play fake with a sprint right option look almost, right? And then back across his body. Just unbelievable catch by Christian Watson. Let's watch it one more time. Notice Christian grabbing this. And he kind of puts it to the left so it goes out of harm's way, right? But, man, Christian with a heck of a grab there. Christian, boys, we talked about it going into this offseason. He's going to be kind of down in the knee, right? Going to be limited on what he can do until he gets fully healthy there. And we talked about he's probably going to be working on his hands. Don't be surprised if his hands look better. His hands look a lot better. And here's what's great about it. We're bragging on his ability to catch the football right now, and we're still seeing plays left on the field too. Like that throw from Jordan was a pretty good throw that Watson didn't haul in. It would have been a tough catch. But even plays like that are this close to being made. Jordan Love he was this far away from throwing from 260 yards and having just an astronomical passer rating. The drops obviously played a role in that. That's why you really want to key in on the adjusted completion percentage, things like that. But Malik Willis, Christian Watson, want to get your all's take on that play because that did kind of put the Giants on their heels. And again, when the negative portion of the fan base, they want to identify that as, oh, Malik Willis is better than Jordan Love. And I'm over here going, are we not going to show any love to Matt LaFleur? Like, he just took a backup quarterback, went right down the field, and tied the ball game up. So what's your all thoughts on it?
Set that whole thing up with the run game. You know, that drive, the ability to run the football or commit to running the football and then go heavy down there in the red zone. I mean, you could tell that Giants defense was loaded up for a run, and they bit on that fake, and it was a thing of beauty. Great job by Romeo Doubs on the crosser route, not trying to catch that ball because that was intricate timing there. You know, watching that play live, I didn't know who he was targeting initially because there was a lot of traffic back there. Just a great ball from Malik Willis and a great grab by Scoot with a defender's arm, you know, in his grill the entire time. Just a strong hands catch right there by Christian Watson.
Yeah, Tim's right. I mean, heavy was it 2 or 3 times on that drive. I think that first one was like an 8 or 10 yard run. Just you bring him in there, and it's something that Matt kind of leaned into last week against Philly. You see, it just added a little bit more. We were talking about it all season, but it finally pops up halfway through. You know, against Philly, kind of lean into it a little more. Then you get an injury. You know, Tom goes out for a second. Kennard got to come in. So how often do you want to go back to that after you have a little hiccup? That's kind of tough. But yeah, you're right, Tim. That's a quick decision. Fast throw by Malik. You're turning your back to the defense. You got to swing your head around, and you got to make a decision in 2 seconds. You know, where you're putting that thing, and he goes, nothing else there, nothing on the crosser, and nothing on the flat. I'm firing that thing to the backside.
And while taking a shot to the ribs too, right? Completely exposed. Took a lick.
For a second, I thought he was going to just turn it up and run to the pylon, you know, and try and keep that ball. Great decision though to just back across. You know, normally back across your body across the middle is danger zone, but that was a dot from Malik Willis
and soaks one. Like Clay was saying, you absolutely soak one. That's something for your team right there. Like, I don't care. I'm gonna spin that thing. Christian gonna go up and catch it. I'll take a lick. I'll throw a nice pack on Monday morning. I really don't care.
Yeah, absolutely. Chris the casual in the chat says Jordan Love is no doubt a top 5 quarterback in the league. Elite. I love the optimism, Chris. And I think everybody's got differing opinions here probably on exactly where they would rank him. I see Love as a top 10 quarterback. The only thing that's keeping him out of a top 5 spot for me is consistency. That's it. It's just, and when I say consistency, it's not like every other game he's inconsistent. It's like 1 out of like every 4, right? But to be elite, in my opinion, you've got to do it damn near week in and week out, right? Like, but with that being said, yesterday, and it's funny too, because people were, if you logged on to the negative side of social media, you would think Jordan Love was having a horrible day. And then you go, everybody who's watched the tape's like, whoa, Jordan had one hell of a game, right? PFF said Jordan had a hell of a game, right? At least the initial grades. We'll see if they hold up. But yeah, if you think he's top 5, I can't argue with that too hard. I'm in the top 10, really around the 7 or 8 mark is where I'm at, but he's this close to being top 3. Like when he's on, he is freaking on, man. Chester Marco in the chat, our Chester Marco, not the Chester Marco.
Right.
It almost seems ridiculous to have the luxury of a backup quarterback as good as Malik, right? And it also seems ridiculous, in my opinion, to have a coach who can take a guy who, by the way, there wasn't another team in the league that was willing to give up a 6th round pick for Malik Willis. Okay. So you can look at this one of 2 ways. You could say, man, the rest of the league are absolute morons, or Matt LaFleur is that damn good at coaching up a quarterback. Both can't be true, right? So I'm sorry. The rest of the league are not morons. I think Malik Willis and the tape that they showed, That's the player he was in Tennessee. He struggled immensely. He comes up here with Matt LaFleur. He gets in Matt LaFleur's quarterback camp, and now all of a sudden Malik starts to play within the scheme. And then Matt, what's he do? He just shines a bright spotlight on what he does well. Great coaches put good players in position to do what they do well.
Clay, and how's Tennessee been doing the past couple of years since they drafted Malik and ever since, what, they got like 4 wins total, something like that? I mean, they are struggling over there. The fact that dude has to go through that kind of quarterback camp over there in Tennessee versus what we have here, completely different scenario, completely different thing. And you can actually buy in. Malik feels it. There's a video, I meant to send it to you guys. I'll send it after, but like just a quick interview with Malik, where he came from, all that. Dude just knows where he's at in his career right now. Mm-hmm. You just be the backup best you can be. Come in there, do your job. Matt throws in a package for you week 14 fine, perfect. Get out there, run your 3 reps, and get back in and just be ready to go, because in the offseason you're probably getting paid.
Yeah, absolutely. Mark Berry says here in the chat, reminds me of Bart and Zeke. Man, I'm pretty sure he's talking about Bart Starr and Zeke Gradkowski or Bradkowski. It's Gradkowski, right? Is who it was, I believe. Bart, many people don't know, Bart Starr had a hell of a backup in Zeke. I think it's Zeke Gradkowski. You guys help me understand the last name there. I've got so many names going through my mind right now. But I think he filled in for Bart several times. And hearing like Max and all the guys, all the receivers are like, hey, he was just as good as Bart. Now, that overstatement probably, but still a solid backup there, and a different era of football, obviously. But J. Cole says, I told someone Love is better than Willis, but Willis is a good backup. And shout out to Matt LaFleur. That sums it up for me. That's very well said. Very well said.
Like you said, go to the back of the call sheet, right? In case of emergency, break glass. All right, we got our backup in. Let's run the packages that, tailored to his game with the personnel that we have, and the offense doesn't miss a beat. I mean, we could have been in big trouble there, by the time Jordan came back in the game. It truly is. It's a blessing to have a guy like Malik Willis, at the helm with Tupac LaFleur dialing up the plays.
Absolutely.
Mike Witt, been a member for 3 months, says, hey, guys, it's officially Vikings week. Go Pack. Amen to that, man. It's going to be a fun game to see how they measure up against the Minnesota Vikings, who almost upset the Chicago Bears there yesterday. I say upset. I mean, obviously the Bears have a better record. That was a fun one to watch down the stretch. They almost coughed it up at the end there, even though J.J. McCarthy been giving interceptions out like presents for sure. So, all right, Tim, we got a next one here. This on offense. Emmanuel Wilson with the touchdown run, giving the Packers the 13-7 lead. Here was the audio call there from Fox NFL on, like I said, Emmanuel Wilson filling in for Josh Jacobs here, not missing a beat.
The 10th play of the drive out of a run formation, and Wilson slips through and scores to give Green Bay the lead. His first touchdown of the season.
Love it. And the thing that stood out to me here on this particular play, guys, is I think it was Jordan Morgan sealing off the edge, right? Like he kind of kicked back, seal block, Emmanuel Wilson right through the gap. Beautiful run. We'll be breaking that one down on Chalk Talk. It made the cut. I want to highlight that because, again, that was an 11-yard, I think 10 or 11-yard touchdown run. We talked about it.
Go ahead. My bad.
You're good.
I was going to say, I feel like that's something Jordan Morgan's kind of got, or it's getting better in his game this year or whatever, is just that he's able to, obviously been a left tackle his whole life, him kind of feeling where the ball is supposed to go, play on behind him. Which way am I turning? Which way am I trying to get that defender to turn? I feel like his footwork has definitely gotten a little bit better from that, but just being able to kind of get that feel, know when you know where you need to be, especially playing left side your whole life. Now you got two-way goes everywhere. I'm proud of him, man. Happy that he's tearing it up.
Yeah, definitely. And again, it takes time, right? Like we've talked about this. Like you just said, you play the left side of the offensive line your entire career from high school to college, right? Pretty much left tackle from what I understand. Yeah. Very, very little guard play. And then you're asked to play right guard. It takes some time to get acclimated to that. I know there's people that were ready to give up on him early. And listen, he hasn't played great this year, but what you are seeing are little glimpses of, hey, good rep, right? Yeah. Yep. So, and again, that the Josh Jacobs fourth and one run from last week got really, really highlighted on social media, and it was easy to go, man, Jordan Morgan doesn't get blown up by Jalen Carter right there. I didn't feel like he got blown up, and that's Jalen Carter. And if you look at it again, it would suggest that what Josh Jacobs was supposed to do was go AB left, and Jordan Morgan's trying to get inside placement. Zach Tom just gives him a little shove and moves up to the next level, almost like it's a duo call. And you had Sean Ryan and the other Sean Ryan and I think it was Rashid or Aaron Banks. It's more Sean Ryan than Aaron Banks. Aaron Banks just kind of pancaked, but Sean Ryan blows that A gap open on the left side, right? But I feel like Jordan Morgan, I didn't look at that rep and go, Jordan Morgan's cheeks. I looked at that rep and like, boy, he's going up against Jalen Carter out there. That's a tough.
Same way I thought about Travis Glover, Clay, in the playoffs. I mean, come on, that's a rep right there. He's going up again. Come on.
That's a good point. That is a really good point. Like there's a lot of people that rate Travis Glover over the Coles, but that's the same defensive line he was going against too, right? And we scored 3 points on. So
Emilio's not raking Travis Glover over the Coles.
No,
he's giving them big old hugs.
So here's another play. I wish we could show the whole play. Obviously, we can't unless somebody posts an all 22 or something on it or end zone cam. But this play design right here was all Matt LaFleur, guys. I don't know if you've seen it or keyed in on it or not. I think it's another heavy set. It may not be. But the thing that stood out to me was Matt LaFleur bending the rules, right? Like this was well within the rules. And the play design was you had I think it was Wiley, right? Yeah, you had Josh Wiley lined up in the U on the left. You motion him over, cheat motion, right? Now this could be a run because again, this is 11:46 left in the third quarter. This is a 2nd and goal play. You're at about the 3-yard line, right? So it looks like run. You're trying to marry everything up a run. We know they like to use the cheat. They cheat the U over with the SIF block and create a split flow look, right? Instead, they bring him all the way across, and they're think of the eye candy for the backers here. It's a goal line situation, right? They see the U shift over. They're following him with their eye. Okay, now we got to key in on where's the run actually going. Okay, it's not a run play. Crap, it's a pass. And then as the DB breaks over to cover Wiley, Christian Watson just cleans his clock with a clean pick because it was at the line of scrimmage, right? That's Matt LaFleur understanding the rules to the nth degree. Let's play the audio here. This is the Jordan Love touchdown pass to Josh Wiley, giving the Packers the 19-13 lead in the third quarter.
Love, drop back, wide open, man. It's the tight end, Josh Wiley. His 2nd game with the Packers, and he's got the touchdown to give them the lead.
2nd game with the Packers, they said, right? And listen, White Boy had some moves. I ain't gonna lie, he had some moves there. Yeah, that surprised me. That caught me off guard a little bit, man.
That's you when the boozy comes on, Clay?
Oh, well, not quite as effective. We tried. We'll just leave it at that. We tried. That's Mandy when she sees me dancing.
There it is.
Put it back up there one more time. She said, "What the hell is he doing?"
So you're supposed to be putting up more trees, Clay. I don't know what you're doing over there dancing.
So this one we should be okay to play, and I want to give a shout out. Awesome follow on Twitter at HCM21_ was right there next to our buddy Joe. Joe was on the front row. He tried to take in a PTA sign and hang it. I believe it was Joe, if I remember correctly. A bunch of people messaged me. Tried to hang a PTA sign. They said, "Bub, you can't do advertising down here. What are we doing?" That's a true story, by the way. So I need to go to the DMs and make sure I get that right here in a second. But this is that touchdown from the seats. Okay, let's listen to the audio first. Just hear the crowd. This sounded like a Packers home game, man. This is wild to listen to. And then when we play it back, we'll mute it, and I'll show you guys that pick that we're talking about. Your discretion is advised. This is Jersey with a bunch of Packer fans, probably half lit. So I don't know what's going to be screamed here. That dance right there. You
No, that's Clay. That is you, Clay. I've seen you do that with Shabuzi comes on.
So let's watch it here. Now, keep in mind, they had the U on the right side of the formation first, right? They're going to bring him over, and then they're going to cheat him back, right? So now look at I think it's number 8 here, right? Their DB is going, "Hey, hold up. We got this, right? No, you don't.
No,
Watch
you
Christian
don't.
Watson. Let's go slow motion just to appreciate. Let's go half speed here. Watch Christian Watson right here, guys. Number 8 thinks he's going to fire in here and cover this guy, right? Watch. This is well within the rules. This is Matt LaFleur's scheme. Bang.
Boom.
That poor bastard.
Depleted.
What's
He
Christian?
landed on both cheeks. Now, this is the most important part right here, okay? You see the
Ready?
spot,
Boom.
Gronk spike right here. This
Touch your feet.
is when stuff
1,
crust is
2.
on the way. Stuff crust is being delivered right here.
That's Jacob every Thursday and Friday night.
Tay Wicks coaching him up a little bit on the dance. I like it.
Yeah. You know what he was thinking? No, that's bad. That's really bad.
Tay said, I'm not even going to join in on that one. I'm just going to give you a nice little helmet tap. But yeah, that's beautiful. Christian Watson, 225 of probably 98% muscle, 99% muscle, and just stick his foot in the ground and put a shoulder in this cat. Boom. Sorry, buddy.
He lands on both cheeks too. You know what I mean? It was just square. He was like, what the hell was that? Had no idea what hit him. So, Tim, I was told Matt LaFleur's a bad head coach.
Yeah, and I was told Christian Watson's made out of glass and blah, blah, blah.
Mm.
Yeah, whatever, haters. Run this one back again. Yeah, shout out to HCM. She's a great follow. If you're on X, she seems like she's at every game, man. At least most of these road games. So one of the loyal Packer backers that travels well, like our fan base is known to do. So great content there. That was awesome.
Yeah, she's awesome. Awesome follow. So, y'all, make sure you go give her a follow. We got a super chat in here I missed. I apologize, guys. Mike Witt with super chat. Thank you, buddy. He says two things. First, if anybody on our team other than number 9 catches the ball yesterday, we win by 3 scores. 2, Musgrave is not the answer. More snaps for Fitzpatrick and Wiley, please. I agree with all of that if you're talking in terms of Musgrave as a Y tight end, right, as a attached tight end. It's just not there. I've seen enough. I don't want to speak for anybody else on the panel here. I've seen enough to know he's not a true Y tight end. That doesn't mean we can't utilize him while he's under contract with the Packers. I love him in matchup situations out wide with maybe an undersized DB on him, that type of thing. He's just one of those guys who's going to catch the football and not get you a lot of yak, right? And yesterday he struggled to catch the ball, but it was hell. We had punters struggling to catch the ball off the snap. We had Jordan Love struggled to catch the ball off the snap. The wind was gusting so hard. They said 40 mile an hour, right? So I completely agree with you, Mike. If you're going to have a Y or a U in the formation, it should not be Musgrave unless people are banged up, right? And this again, another testament to Matt LaFleur. He's having to use Fitzpatrick and Wiley as his top 2 true tight ends. Think about that. I mean,
You want snap counts for them real quick?
Let's do it, man. Yeah.
Josh Wiley, starter, they had him as 20 snaps, 9 passing, 2 pass blocking, 9 run blocking. Fitzpatrick, 35 snaps, 17 pass, 3 pass block, 15 run block. Luke Musgrave, only 19. Actually, the least amount of snaps out of all 3 tight ends. 19 total, 11 pass, 2 pass blocking, 6 run blocking.
There you go. So Matt LaFleur agrees with what Mike Witt said, right?
Yep.
So,
but Musgrave with a 71.9 on their run blocking. That's big for Musgrave. I'll take that. Okay, that's if we're looking, glass half full kind of thing. Musgrave has worked on his run blocking this year. Honestly, I think the dude just needs to hit the ladders and he just needs to stand on the half workout balls. It's like just a piece of plastic and you're standing on the bubble. Like, I just need some balancing stuff. Like, that's all he really needs. I feel like it's just, hips down, that he just needs a little bit of tweaking, a little bit of quick feet, balancing, stuff like that. And then I feel like he has it, dude. It's not like he's not explosive. He just doesn't seem to have that sort of like, he didn't wrestle, when he was a kid. He doesn't have that kind of stuff.
I got you. No, I completely get it, man. And remind me tomorrow, you guys keep an eye out when we do Chalk Talk tomorrow. There's going to be several running plays. Let's look for Musgrave if he got that run blocking grade, right? Yeah. How many run blocking snaps did he have again?
6 for him.
6. Yep. Okay. So let's see if, one of those explosives or important runs that we show tomorrow actually have one of his.
And Josh Wiley had 9 with a 49 run blocking grade. So it's like, I'm super happy Musgrave, because that was a struggle for him as a receiving tight end. That's not his forte. Tuck and him wanted to get working on that. If that's better, if that's something that he gets better on by the end of the year, perfect. We just need to see a little bit more balance when he gets the ball in his hands.
No block, no rock.
All right. Thank you for that super chat, Mike. We appreciate you, buddy. Give me a defensive shot here, Tim. This is going to be the TV broadcast call of Micah Parsons with the 4th down sack. This was 2 minutes left in the third quarter. The Packers lead 19-13. They decided to go for it on 4th down because of the wind. And this Micah Parsons coming up big with Isaiah McDuffie as well with the half sack. Here we go.
On 4th down. Going to do it again. Here comes the rush. Winston dancing, moving, and down he goes. Packers get the stop, and it's Micah Parsons to help finish it off.
So it was Micah Parsons, and then Isaiah McDuffie came in and cleaned it up there at the end of the play. And this was right as people were complaining on Twitter about where's Michael Parsons? Where's Michael Parsons? And just all of a sudden, bang, here he is. He finished the day. We'll let you listen to the other sack here in a minute. But that really kind of, to me, it set the tone, right, moving forward. Mm-hmm. And now the game, okay, now the Giants go back down and they score and they go up 20-19, right? And it's another one of those long drives, converting on, what were they, 3 or 4 on fourth downs, right? So, again, for all the Matt LaFleur haters, I hope we're keeping that same energy this week, because last week it was there was like, I seen people laughing, talking about Jeff Hafley looked like he was in the box. I did my job, like trying to, create this division, like somehow Matt LaFleur or Jeff Hafley's pissed at Matt LaFleur. Of course, they get to the podium. Jeff Hafley goes to bat for his head coach. It was like, I have total faith in our offense and Matt's ability to run the offense. Now today, or yesterday, I should say, you don't expect the Giants to score 20 points. If you had told me the Giants scored 20 points before we went, I would have went, oh no, something went wrong, right? But again, we had the game picked 24-17. I did, and the Packers ended up winning 27-20. So obviously, they come back, they score 20 points on you. This play here, though, this is probably my favorite of the day. We'll talk Micah a little bit more on the backside of the show, but this play here was the Savion Williams catch, and we'll highlight some of the stuff. I actually went and found a clip from his TCU days, right, that looks very similar. If you guys remember, one of the things we talked about with Savion Williams in his college tape when the Packers drafted him was his contested catch rate was through the roof. It was unbelievable. I think it was in the 70%. I think I've got an actual tweet from Jacob Morley who quote tweeted me with the actual numbers. But as I said in this tweet here, the Savion Williams catch was all over the TCU tape. 5:56 left in the game. A 3rd and 10 play here. This is where they got pass happy, right, for a minute. And then all of a sudden, Jordan Love makes chicken salad out of chicken, you know what. And by the way, we'll also highlight Chris Brooks here in a second. But here's the TV broadcast call from Jordan Love hitting Savion Williams. Like I said, reminding us of the TCU tape. I guess. Oh, you got it, Tim? Appreciate you, buddy. Here we go.
5th body coming for the Giants' pressure. Love with time. Waving receivers around. Off the back foot, he launches it downfield, and it's caught by Savion Williams. The rookie comes up huge out there.
So obviously Savion Williams coming up huge on a 3rd down there. And we had talked about this throughout the draft process. Tim, I know you remember this. I thought we did pretty damn good with how extensive we were in our draft coverage this year. I got to be careful there. That's going to autoplay. So there's the catch, right? And I said it was all over the TCU tape. And Jacob Morley quote tweeted me. This was from NFL Draft Files, okay? College career contested catch success. Savion Williams, 25 of 34 in contested catch situations, 73.5% success rate.
Come on now.
Tim, look at the numbers of the guys that are below him, okay? Travis Hunter, 65%. 65%. Nico Collins, 63%. Drake London, 56%. Justin Jefferson, only 54%. Marvin Harrison Jr., 52%. CeeDee Lamb, 51%. Ted McMillan below CeeDee Lamb, and the list goes on.
Those guys are all absolute dogs, too. So he's in good company at the top of the list.
He's above T-Mac, and T-Mac was catching everything when we played against him.
Yep.
Now, you're probably going, why don't we see him on more vertical routes, right? I think what's hindered their ability or what am I trying to say, their want to put him in those situations that have contested catches is he's also versatile. You could look on the college tape and him as a wildcat quarterback, him on jet sweeps. He was dominant on that too, right? So I can understand why Matt LaFleur is like, hey, let's key in on this so we don't have to use Golden for that. We don't have to use Reed for that when he comes back. We don't have to use Watson for that anymore, right? Savion can be that guy and limit the amount of hits that these guys are taking. However, this play right here, I think it's going to unlock a little Savion. He was the motion guy there. We'll go back and watch the tape and see if he was the true F, but he motioned out and then came back. So, again, Tim, this is something I get really excited about because Savion is a player that you need to step up, and now you've got a little more confidence in him. Both Matt LaFleur has confidence in the contested catch, even more so than when they drafted him, and you damn sure know Jordan Love has more confidence in his contested catch rate.
And you damn sure know Savion Williams is an absolute dog because he's been dealing with injuries since he got to Green Bay. You know, he had the shoulder during camp. He missed some time. We're dealing with this. I don't know what's going on with the foot and the walking boot. And I do remember at the end of that play, he looked a little hobbled walking to the sidelines. But this is a guy that's going to lay it all out there on the field for you. And these are studs that you need on your team if you want to win a championship, And I think one thing that goes kind of unnoticed is you see the timing on that little hop step he did at the top to high point that ball and basically put his body in a position to make that catch. I mean, if he's not, on time with that, there's a high likelihood that ball's probably picked off. It's just an absolute great play by a great young receiver, and you never know who's gonna step up for you in this offense, And Savion's got a bright future, man. I just hope whatever's going on with that foot or that ankle is not something super long term. But he absolutely balled out for us yesterday.
That's what I was going to say there, Emilio, too. He wasn't even 100%. Mike, we'll hit your super chat in a second. What do you think about Savion here, Emilio?
Dude, that's a dog. That jet motion to get him the free release while moving. He use that speed to his advantage, get him out in the open, get him a little bit of space. Same idea when we get him the jet sweeps, the swing passes, get the ball in his hands in space. This is right after Jordan went to the right side looking for Matthew Golden. Okay, I threw it up to that rookie, no go. Let me give Savion a shot one-on-one. Sometimes you just need to throw it up there and give your players a chance. Dude's a dog. Don't be sleeping on the Horned Frogs. And I'm telling you, that's the offense I use anyway. That's the playbook I'm spinning it with. Okay, won a couple natties with that TCU offense, air raid specifically. The only thing they don't have is a wildcat formation. Besides that, man, we are cooking. And Savion's just a dog. We can use him in the punt. I mean, he's like a Christian Watson light that gets used in special teams as well. So, it being his first year and everything, I think he can probably do some of the things that Christian can do as well. Got the same sort of frame. You put a little bit more weight on him, hit the gym in the offseason. You don't have to worry about all the rookie stuff and actually get a weight room routine and then him back in here next year. We're getting busy.
Absolutely. Mike Witt with the super chat says, so happy we won, but someone other than Micah has got to help out. Micah is going to get exhausted if he doesn't start getting help. Hopefully LVN coming back soon helps that. Thanks, guys. Yeah, I think LVN will help that tremendously. It will. And you guys know I love Rashawn Gary. I've been a big Rashawn Gary fan. I think he's gotten a lot of hate when he didn't deserve it. I've also talked about earlier this year, the writing's kind of on the wall with how the roster is being modeled out. Next year, probably going to take Gary taking a pay cut or some kind of restructure for him to return. We'll see how the rest of the season plays out. Started off really, really hot this year. Has cooled off since, but you're also seeing a lot of cage rushing going on. Not that was the case yesterday. I didn't feel like it was yesterday, but the last couple of games have been a lot of cage rushing going on with your Bryce Youngs and your Jalen Hurts, guys like that, right? So, again, in the run, too, there were several times we talked about this before the postgame show that you've seen Gary flash over on the run and make tackles. He's a solid edge defender in the run game for sure. So appreciate the super chat, Mike. We got Biz with the super chat. Says Biz 1987. Thank you, buddy. Another well-fought win. I'm trying to remember how competitive everyone is in the league. Just have to win in the NFL. Also, Matt called a great one. He really did, man. That was one of his top five. It reminded me a little bit of the Tennessee game, Emilio, when we were down there. Because, again, Malik comes in and you see Matt has to flip that call sheet and go to something a little different.
Yep.
Just on the fly, makes it work. Great.
How nice is it now that it wasn't just a 2-week, quick flip around, just got to the team and everything. He's been here for a while, knows the offense. I mean, Malik looked so calm. I mean, it wasn't even like it changed or anything. Malik's like, yep, no problem. I'll hop in there. O-line knows what's up. I'm going to spin it to Christian, whoever's out there. Let's go.
Yeah. So another thing on that play that I want to highlight real quick, we're going to play it here, Tim, so you can just keep it the way it is and hopefully it don't get hit with anything. But I really want to point this out. This is that Savion Williams catch, and I want you to key in on Chris Brooks right here, guys. All right? Watch him in this pass protection. You want to know why Matt LaFleur loves Chris Brooks? Look at him immediately kick over. He picks up the blitzer through the A-gap. Bang. All right. That's one thing. That's good, right?
That right there, you'd be good with that.
Yeah. Now watch him finish this. Now look, he's kind of on his heels. Watch him recover.
Yep.
Look right there. Get your feet back under you. This guy's going, who the hell is blocking me right now? I thought this was a running back, right? Yeah. And now he's got him right now. Right here is crucial. You see the hands start to get outside. You're taught when you get outside, put your face right in their chest and just drive, or you're going to get called with a hold. Yep. You've got to prove you're the aggressor here. You're not just dragging somebody down, right? Watch him rebound right here. Bang, drive. That gives him the time to complete that pass to safety.
Mm.
Unbelievable play, man. Unbelievable play. Get it off the screen before they hit us with a copyright. But it's just, again, Chris Brooks, another guy that when they signed him, you could tell Matt LaFleur was involved in that signing. When they signed him, he said he does everything well. He can run the football. He can pass protect. He can catch the ball out of the backfield. I rolled my damn eyes. I'm like, if he done all three of those good, if he could pass protect the way you're saying, Matt, he'd be on another roster somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
I was wrong. He was right.
Five plays, 75-2 on PFF. 78-4 pass blocking.
He had a carry too, didn't he?
Yes,
he had
sir.
like a 10-yard carry or something like that.
Yes,
8
sir.
yards.
Yep, I think so. Yeah.
Love it.
So again, man, just when you see third, I think we would say he's the third running back on the roster, right? When you see guys, third stringers stepping up and making plays, and you're going to try to convince me that this team doesn't want to play for this head coach,
Right.
I'm sorry.
Or even he wasn't prepared at the base levels. You're telling me third stringer's not ready, and I'm pretty sure Chris Brooks' run came when Malik was in there anyway.
Yep.
So
Right.
you got your backup quarterback, your third string running back, and let's just
Backup
run
center.
Backup tight end.
run 2 read options back to back, and we gain 40 yards. It's like easy. I mean, let me just put the pure runner in every time. That's like, come on now.
Yeah, absolutely, man. So now we fast forward to 4 minutes left in the fourth quarter. This was the play of the day, man. This was absolutely awesome. We have to use a screen grab, unfortunately, Tim. Let's listen to the announcers call this. 4:07 left. You're down 20-19. Boy, oh boy, that Jordan Love is not clutch crowd is really damn quiet today. It's the 2nd and 7 play. Jordan Love to Christian Watson. Let's just listen to it.
Love on a high snap. Floats in. Watson up top. It is caught. Touchdown Packers. Green Bay's got the lead.
How about these hands?
Just
You see that one, Rex Ryan? Looked pretty
Come on
clutch
now.
to me.
unbelievable throw and freaking catch, man. Like, seriously, there was people saying, oh, that was just a chuck and duck. That was he just threw up a prayer. It was a high and to the left snap, probably because of the wind. Corrals it. Didn't even have time to go laces, I'm sure. Just grab that thing and throws a dot to the corner of the end zone. We've actually got a better angle here that we can play, I'm pretty sure.
Love it.
All right. This was shared on Christian Watson's Instagram account. All right. And you can hear the crowd once again sounding like a Packers home game here. Actually, let's just drop this down since it doesn't get any better. Here we go. This is a shot from the back corner of the end zone where the catch is made.
Hey.
That right there, that's what our boy Wiley needs to that needs to be the teaching tape for him.
Uh-huh.
He needs to get in the film room and watch Christian dance. But again, man, did y'all hear the wind whipping too?
Yeah.
And to throw a touch pass like that, oh my God, dude. Unbelievable. What's your all's thoughts on that? We'll get to these super chats here in a second.
That's just Jordan Love putting a little English on it, right? Playing the wind, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing that can't be understated on this one is the snap sale too. So, you know, I think Jordan, when he handled that high snap, he just realized that's the read. I'm just going to throw the goal ball to Scoot, because if he would have patted the ball in that situation or tried to get to another read, that play might have been blown up. So zero hesitation from QB1 to just put it up there for your playmaker, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then Christian Watson just doing what Christian Watson does, man. Just incredible. I mean, honestly, I've seen this play 16 times. I don't know how the hell he caught that ball.
Right.
Seriously. No, I mean, and Jordan Love, man, just all he does is go up there and give your man a shot, right? You got to know play or not play, who it is, what, you know, where are we at distance, yardage, all that stuff. I'm pretty sure it was farther than
receiver by 10 yards.
And I'm pretty sure he just hit it right on the money, dude. He just dropped that thing in the bucket. So
there's number 10 because he only throws dimes,
Corey,
even with a high snap.
Corey having a bad day today. Lord, it's funny too. I guarantee you, both me and Tim had Tim. I had my finger on the trigger for Corey's drop too. Did you?
Oh yeah.
And Emilio ended up hitting it. That's absolutely hilarious. Here's another shot of it too, Emilio. Just the all 22. Just so you can
remember this guy.
Oh yeah. We got to put him on the milk carton. We still haven't heard from old Maximus Best. What was it? Maximus Best what?
Best soy. Sadie. Soy.
S8Y. That's like Hambubger789 on Twitter.
Oh, yeah.
That knows more football than everyone else. So here we go. This is a all 22 shot. We'll play it once and get it off the screen. Christian Watson, sicko catch of the week. That's trademarked, by the way, by Jacob Morley. So here we go. And again, look, bad snap. That's the thing I want to key in on there, man. Look at that. That's just a dot, boys. You can't throw it any better.
Double coverage, safety coming over too. Nah, screw it. Let me just throw it out there. Slot fade. Clay, that's that slot fade. Once you get that press coverage, you say, all right, I'm hitting that thing. Come on now.
And if Jordan misses there, the ball lands out of bounds, right? You put that ball in a spot to give your guy a chance to make the play. And that's what Scoop's the playmaker.
Tim, I saw him spin that thing. All I heard was this in the background. and then on top of that, I was like, is he trying to get more done? I just wasn't sure if he was trying to get – Jordan was out there cooking.
We're not making it through this show. All right, so I don't think we'll get hit with a copyright for this one, but man, it was so cool. Lexi Watson, obviously Christian Watson's sister, and I believe it's Mama Watson in here too. Not one, but two. Let's go, Scoop, with the touchdown. Let's see the family's reaction. This is over on X. Make sure y'all go give Lexi a follow at the Lexi JWAY. And real estate needs there too. Reach out if you got some real estate needs. Here we go.
I'm trying to tell you. I see you keep studying. Yeah. Let's go. I know y'all see it.
Just a dot.
Let's go, baby. Not one, but two. Yes.
Just how fired up they are for Christian and Jordan Love. And that's the thing, too. You could tell Jordan Love and Christian Watson are like, they're like this, dude. They're buds. And what's really cool too was hearing. Did you all see the clip that Packers put out? Who would you trust babysitting your child?
Oh right? Yeah, that was hilarious.
Yeah, who was it? There was somebody. I think it might have been Micah. Somebody stopped and went, Christian. It's got to be Christian.
Yeah,
like, dude, 225 pounds of solid muscle. You can't. Ain't nobody gonna hurt that child. You kidding me?
Sir.
That's the one you trust their life with. So anyway, I thought this was cool too. I want to give a shout out to the Lombardi Leap over on X. They tweeted this out, and we got a few people that come through the chat from time to time need to fill one of these out. Okay, and Mama Watson actually retweeted my tweet on this. I want to give full credit here. Obviously, I was just quote tweeting the Lombardi Leap. Go give them a follow on X. The Christian Watson apology form to Christian Watson. From you just fill in your name right there. Okay. You got the date. Make sure you date it. Okay. That's a formality, but it's very, very important. And you got to check a reason for your behavior. Okay. The media convinced me he was a bust. I don't watch the actual games. I don't understand what RAS means. I miss Devontae Adams. I was jealous of Christian Watson. I like to make fun of people with injuries. You got to check one of those. Okay. And then what you'll do is just check the box.
All of them. A lot of you need to check all of those.
That's the truth.
So what you want to do here is make sure you got to check the bottom box where it says, I will hereby respect Christian Watson. I will not talk down on the future Rookie of the Year and first ballot Hall of Famer. Okay, so obviously this was filled out the Rookie Year. Your apology needs to be as loud as your disrespect was too. Okay, those are some of the key rules. I thought this was absolutely awesome. We need to keep this, and what we need to do is anytime we feel like somebody needs an apology, maybe Matt LaFleur, reach out to the Lombardi Leap and say, can we get one of those Matt LaFleur apology forms, please?
Yeah, we need one.
Pretty cool.
We'll have to update it.
Absolutely love it. All right, let me get to these super chats real quick, and then we'll keep moving along here with Victory Monday, I believe. Yeah, here we go. Biz 1987. Sorry for the delay, buddy, with the super chat. Thank you. We hit that one, didn't we? So it's Mike Witt down here. I apologize. Mike Witt with the super chat. I think number 11 coming back in a few weeks with those fresh legs that hasn't taken any hits in 2 months is going to open our offense. Maybe I'm wrong. Completely agree. I put a tweet out talking about all the stuff when Jordan Love threw that touchdown pass to Christian Watson. Said he did this without his number one receiver, without his number one tight end, without his starting center, and without his number one running back. They made that drive happen to win the game with all that stuff. For all the people that want to downplay it because it was the Giants, right? With that being said, people responded and said, who's the number one receiver? Who's the number one receiver? I'm going to explain to you how I see a number one receiver, okay? Some people say a true number one receiver, like that dominant guy, this is the guy that you just throw the ball up hell or high water. I don't see the game that way. I'm not saying I'm right and anybody else is wrong, but I do not see the game as that's the dude, no matter what, I don't care what the coverage is, you just throw the ball up to him, right? To me, the number one receiver on a team is a guy who's leading in receiving yards? Who's the guy that leads in receiving yards, leads in the receiving touchdowns? He's the guy who's performing the best on the field. That was Jayden Reed the last 2 years. That's what I mean by number one receiver, being the top performing receiver on the team. That's the number one. Now, when people say a true number one receiver, that's a guy that warrants bracket coverage, that type of stuff. I'm just simply saying he was without his most productive receiver on the field for the last 2 years, not one, but both years that he's been in the league. And he was able to put this together. Matt LaFleur was able to put this together. Christian Watson, Jordan Love, all those guys are able to put this together because the reality is when Jayden Reed's on the field, teams, they look for him. They know Jordan. That's his go-to guy. So that's what I mean by that. I completely agree, Mike. When Jayden Reed is 100%, the rust is knocked off, Tim, it's going to be a different offense, man, when Jayden Reed comes back.
Yeah, man, I can't wait for Bird. We're hoping for Thanksgiving, right? We might get him back for that boat race in the Motor City against the Lions. I can't wait for that game. We don't want to get ahead of ourselves. We got to beat Minnesota this weekend first. But getting Reed back and the fact that they did the the dual surgeries. They fixed the foot, fixed the collarbone. Put Humpty Dumpty back together again. I think Bird's going to be flying out there, and this offense is going to be more dynamic with him out there on the field, and we need it because with the absence of Tucker Kraft, it's going to help to have all these weapons. And I agree with your statement about number one receivers. I mean, we're going back almost 2 seasons here. You can look at the production that we've gotten from Jayden Reed, and it's undeniable. Plus, Scoot missed a lot of time due to the injury, so Christian's just getting back in the fold. This is going to be prime for the playoff run here. Getting these weapons back. I cannot wait to see Golden, Watson, and Jayden Reed on the field together. It's going to be a thing of beauty.
Absolutely. And again, that was Joe. I want to give a shout out to Joe. I'll butcher the last name. Grenevicky was the one I was talking about earlier that said he was trying to put a sign on the front row. So we appreciate you, Joe. You're the man. He was sitting right in front of the fan that had that Christian Watson touchdown, or maybe it was the Wiley touchdown. But nonetheless, what do you think about Jayden Reed coming back, Emilio? Anything you want to add to that, buddy?
It can be so huge to have 11 back. It's honestly, it's just been like a blessing and a curse, the fact that we've had such a deep wide receiver room, but also gone through all these injuries. It's just kind of something that's happened for this team. You kind of lean on it when you look. I just remember the offseason, we had 3 or 4 dudes walking out there on the practice field. Jayden Reed's in a boot, Malik's out, Savion's out, Wicks is hurt, and just having 8, 9 wide receivers that you've been able to kind of rotate through. And as the year kind of closes in, you can zero those in, you get guys healthy. And just being able to sort of spread that wealth, everybody's not taking all the hits. You're going to hopefully come in a little bit healthier and towards the end of the season. You can still spin the ball around. And then on top of it, like Tim was saying, him not being out there, Matt can kind of lean on it. You can kind of go back to him, get it back into some of the plays from a year ago, 2 years ago. It just kind of opens everything up once you're not relying on one dude all year. It's not like we're just sitting there and spinning it to tag every time. You know what I mean? So we have an ability to get different things from our offense at different times, and I love that we have that.
Yeah,
his receiving is tough.
And Mike, thank you for that super chat, Mike Witt. We appreciate you, buddy. Cheesehead Murph, too. Might owe K9 an apology. I think several people do. Listen, he's not a perfect DB, right? Nobody's expecting him to be a perfect cornerback. I think he's played damn good football for what he's been asked to do. He's a guy that – wasn't he undrafted? He was an undrafted free agent, right? The Raiders signed, if I remember correctly. And then obviously we pick him up as a kick returner, and then he all of a sudden turns into a slot corner, getting meaningful snap, pretty much our starting slot corner. I did not expect him to play at the level he played when they kicked him outside. And he started talking about he wanted to be an outside corner.
Yep.
I think he's – again, the numbers show this is a top 5 passing defense. It's been the number 1 passing defense for most of the year. It probably dipped a little bit yesterday, I would imagine. We'll see how the numbers shake out probably on Wednesday or Thursday's show. But, yeah, Murph, I think K9 played good, especially in the run yesterday too, man.
Yeah, I'm glad Murph said that because that's spot on. I feel like Keyshawn's under this microscope. You see him go out, laying dudes out, making plays in the run game too, like we said. Tackle grade is definitely improving with Keyshawn. And then it's like he'll bust a coverage on one play and we're ready to just drag him over the coals, And it's like we saw that time and time again yesterday. He'd miss on a play, and then the next play he's out there and he's making a stop. I mean, I don't know of very many guys in that secondary that have more just fire and heart than Keyshawn Nixon out there on the field. That dude puts his body on the line every play, brings the intensity on every play. You want to talk about a guy who doesn't take plays off? That's K9. So put some spec on K9's name. And yet another player that was unlocked when he got to Green Bay. I mean, let's watch Raiders tape on Keyshawn, and then let's watch some Packer tape. And you're talking about night and day difference. So Keyshawn has continued to improve each and every week that he's been a Packer, and I'm here for it. So well said, Cheesehead Murph.
Yeah. Mike Witt with the super chat says, and Matt, please don't think about putting 11 back on punt returns when he's back. Amen. Amen. We talked about that early and often with Jaden Reed on this particular program. Like, man, Jaden Reed is not a punt returner. Stop putting your F in harm's way like that. I hope they don't go that route. I hope they don't. Right now, it's pretty much Dobby. Is that right, guys? Dobby, or is it Bo too?
I think it's just Dobby. I mean, I want to say I got to watch it again, but I want to say they did have Bo back there and Dobby back there on one punt return with like a two set. But gotcha. it could just be him like running back on the coverage. But yeah, it's Dobby back there, and he's played it pretty decent. Played it off a bounce once or twice this game, and I'm just happy he's catching the ball.
Yeah, and with Dobbs, man, listen, that's it, right? Secure it. If you have to fair catch it, great. And anything you pick up, okay, that's positive yards. And I know some people don't like that. They may be, hey, we need to be more aggressive there. I can understand that standpoint too. I'm just tired of special teams losing ball games, man, especially on muff punts. And Dobbs, I just caught the ball. I think we would all agree, Dobby's probably got some of, if not the best hands on the team, right? He's definitely top 3 hands on the team for sure.
Yeah. And he had drops yesterday. That doesn't change the fact that he still has some of the best hands.
Everybody has drops.
Everybody has drops,
especially in the wind.
Huge that Jordan goes back to him. You can't just turn away from a dude that's gotten you there in this this season and everything like that. You can't be doing that.
Absolutely. I'll tell you who else got hands on the team, boys. That's our boy Evan Williams. Tim, if you'll get me a grab ready here. Evan Williams with the clutch interception, guys. There was 40 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Green Bay leading 27-20, 3rd and 6 play, game on the line, and our boy Evan Williams steps up. Here is the broadcast call from Fox NFL.
Winston fires, end zone off target, picked off. It's Evan Williams with the interception.
I got to be real. I dropped an F-bomb in front of the niece on that one. I just happened to be downstairs when that pick happened, so got in trouble with the family a little bit.
How'd that go?
Listen, you win some, you lose some, right? We're going to go back, watch the tape, and we'll be better next week.
Yeah.
That's the way. That's always the answer. But here was Evan Williams in the locker room. Ryan Wood, shout out to him, @by Ryan Wood, tweeted out, Evan Williams discusses finally breaking through with the game-winning interception against Jameis Winston on a day nobody else on the Packers defense could catch the football. Quote, we had ops all day. Guess we're going to be doing some ball drills when we get back, was the quote. But here we go. It's about 1:13 left. It's going to be a little bit of an echo. I don't know why it's happening, but we got it the best we can. Hopefully we can get it. It's cranked all the way up, so you may have to turn your TV up. But again, shout out to Ryan Wood on X. Make sure you guys go give him a follow, give this a retweet and everything.
Got there? Oh, nothing special. No, this is the game ball. I think they got the INT ball waiting for me back there. When I get back to Green Bay last.
You're in position to make plays all day. I think I counted 4 that you could defenders got your hands on. You finally got the one to really seal the win. What is it like to make that play after what the defense had been through?
Yeah, a lot of relief for sure. To finally get off the field. Yeah, I mean, we had ops all day. Guess we're gonna be doing some ball drills when we get back. But just felt good to be able to finally, close it out, put a period at the end of that.
What did you see on the play on US?
Yeah.
The break line stick alive.
They got a good energy, but also the thing about Evan Williams is like you could tell he's so humble too. Like he's not going to let it go to his head.
Yep.
That concept a little earlier in the game. I want to say like first, second quarter. Just 2 like primary receivers stacked, and they ran a flat 7. And so I was
flat 7. It's on the concept sheet right here, boys. You know what that is? That's a corner. That's a corner with a flat, right?
Mm.
Sir, there it is, flat 7. I need to get y'all a copy of this sheet I put together here for sure. So yeah, flat 7. The 1 is a corner, the 2 is a flat. Little high-low read. He read it perfect. This is what when I dropped the F-bomb, I may or may not have had a double cheeseburger in my hand standing in the kitchen watching the game, right? Because I'm trying to get a little food in me before the post game.
Yep, carbon up.
They showed the replay back. I said, oh, we got a little match. Carry the 2. F yeah. Got in trouble. Scampered back up the steps to the studio. You know what I mean? Got
Put your head down, walk away.
That's it, man.
So I was in a half, and Jameis, once he got the
I was in a half, probably cover 6 match. We talk about it all the time, right?
ball, he looked immediately like towards my way, and so I was like, okay, I'm thinking I'm hot. You know, I'm probably the first read, and I saw one break out and kind of
hot. People play Madden and think hot route is where you could just change the play, right? That's actually a hot read is if you have to get the ball out quick read, that's going to be the first guy you want to go to, right? So that's what he's seeing there. Yeah, I'm probably the hot here. They're not going to dump it that quick to the flat. They're going to try to let this thing develop a little bit.
Right.
He was in half.
That's the FBI we need from our safeties, right?
Second year player, 4th round pick. And you're just reading match details to the nth degree, right? So it was from the offense's perspective, quarter, half. He read the 2. And honestly, it probably turns into man coverage underneath if the flat throws a double move. Carrington's got to carry him too, but just a great play by Evan.
Yeah, Legs made the play before I really did. I kind of broke on the 7 before it happened and put myself in a good spot to end it.
So he just basically went to where the 7 was going to be, right?
Broke on the 7 before
on the screen. Put that back up on the screen real quick.
It's gone, Tim. I X'd it out. Bro.
I was just going to say, man, we caught a lot of heat last week from Eagles fans complaining about the road locker room at Lambeau. Look at that crusty-ass locker room that we were in New Jersey with the metal lockers slamming in the background. Come on now. Don't drag the Packers visiting locker room. Look at what we just dealt with yesterday.
Go ahead, Emilio.
No, Tim's right. Spot on. I couldn't have said it better.
Yeah. All right. So, again, Evan Williams just continues to get better, man. I don't know what his grade's going to be, his final grade. Do we have a prelim on him? Did he grade out good or did they throw him in the dumpster?
Evan, he was doing – sorry, that's offense. Evan was doing swell here. We had him at I'm sorry. Where is he?
Because last week they graded him low.
There he is.
Been higher, right?
Yeah, they didn't have him great. 57-1 with a 58 run defense, 49-9 tackling, 59 pass rush, and a 57 coverage.
Wow. I just don't remember yesterday. Again, we may go back and watch the tape and go kind of like Quay last week. Like we went back and went, okay, that's probably why he got dinged there. Mm-hmm. And sometimes we go, I see why they dinged him, but they're wrong because this is probably the actual call.
Even that first drive, I went back and was just watching the condensed last night, and that first drive, there was a couple of them where you could have gotten off on second. You could have stopped them on 2nd and 10, yes. 3rd and 10. There were so many times we should have just gotten off the field there.
Yeah, definitely. All right, and then, of course, we had the dagger, as Wayne Larrivee so eloquently says all the time, right? It's the Micah Parsons sack at the end. 10 seconds left in the 4th quarter, 1st and 10, and Jameis Winston's going to drop back to pass. It's a 3-man rush, and Micah Parsons just puts this baby to bed.
They're playing intermediate right now. Here's Winston. Loading up, got to hurry, hit from behind. Ball is out. And this game is over. And Micah Parsons finally gets home. And he is now 9-0 in his career against the New York Giants.
And right after he got through celebrating in that picture right there, the next shot, you can see Matt walks up, daps up Micah. Micah hugs him. Like, I just love the fact that these guys
got to go, man.
Yeah, get him out of here.
Get him out of here. He's lost the team. Idiot.
There you go. That was in chronological order. And now let's have a little Victory Monday fun here. This was them coming down the tunnel. Carrington Valentine, dude. He cracks me the hell up every time he opens his mouth. This dude is hilarious, man. Just his demeanor. He reminds me of a buddy of mine. Rest in peace to Nate, a good buddy of mine in Knoxville. Unfortunately, we're going to the DA. He good kid, had just a fun energy about him, died way too young, just a great person. A good friend of mine, it was his son that I got to know. We were around the same age. Guy I used to work for in Knoxville, actually. But every time Carrington, his demeanor, the way he talks, his quirkiness, reminds me so much of Nate. But here we go, Victory Cam, and just about 11 seconds long, but just kind of feel the energy of the guys coming off the field.
Box session.
We just won. Go Pack.
Packers win.
Bullard. I love Javon Bullard, man. Bullard's all business.
Oh,
Just
yeah. All the time.
flashes the dub. Real quick dub. Back to work.
Yeah. And again, I just love this guy, man. He is absolutely
What did he
hilarious.
say? Boxing? Friendly boxing match?
I don't know what he said. Let's play it one more time. Let's see if we can pick up on what he says. It's just his demeanor that is hilarious, man.
Box session.
Box session.
Boxing session. Friendly boxing session.
Is that what it was? Okay. I'm not hip to the new lingo. Emilio, do you know what that's about right there?
Negative. Nope. Yeah. Just gonna have to take a peek and see if he puts it up on his YouTube channel, and we'll see what he says.
Yeah. So, and then we got the locker room clip, of course. Let's just play it here. We're gonna risk it. All right. And this is just awesome. Matt LaFleur in the locker room talking to the guys, giving out 3 game balls. Here we go.
We came into this game and said, whatever the it takes. It took all 60 minutes, and we found a way, and that's all that matters. Give it up for yourself. Give it up for yourself. Adversity. It hits every week in this league, man. It hits every week. All 3 phases, we made enough plays to get the dub, and it ain't easy winning this league. So I got 3 game balls. First of all, this guy came and made 2 monster touchdown catches. Oh,
Yeah, buddy.
If you need somebody to flip the field,
I appreciate y'all boys. I mean, it's been a long road. We got a long way to go, so let's keep it up. Appreciate it.
And finally, last but not least, when we needed a takeaway, we got it.
I ain't got nothing to say, man. I love y'all boys. Y'all the reason I show up every day. Give it all I got. I mean, it's always love for y'all. Let's keep going. It's a long road. We got to keep going.
Last thing I'm going to leave you with is this. Understand what we have in front of us next week. We have a division game. So let's get back to work. We'll get back to work tomorrow. Enjoy tonight and on to the Vikings.
Back on 3-1.
Let's go.
Love it. And listen, you heard the players. They all said the same thing the coach said before he said it, right? Like, we got a long way to go. We got a long way to go. The mindset is where it needs to be.
One game at a time, but there's so much ahead of us.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. So there you go. That's Victory Monday. Let's dive into a little bit of news here before we get ready to wrap up. We're coming down the wire. Prayers up for Josh Jacobs. Adam Schefter put the tweet out. You guys know we talked about in the pregame, didn't we? The MetLife Stadium and that damn turf, the springiness of it and everything. It seems like there's a lot of knees that go there, unfortunately. So Adam Schefter tweeted out, Josh Jacobs' knee injury is not believed to be season ending, but more tests will be done on Monday back in Green Bay, per Rob Domofsky. Quote, I think anytime a player, especially of his magnitude, but anytime a player doesn't finish a game, you're always concerned about what the welfare of them, Packers coach Matt LaFleur said. So, Emilio, you've been through this, right, with the ACL. Not an ACL, or else they would have announced it, because you can tell. They took them in the blue tent. They would have shifted that thing back and forth. Yeah, the ACL
Would have been like Tug. They would have handled it like Tug.
Yeah. So what do you think? And again, we're not doctors here, as Matt LaFleur always says, right? You think we're looking at an MCL, a PCL? What's just your guess here, man? Based off what it looked like, because if you guys haven't seen the clip, he had a long run, went out of bounds. It looked like he landed on the knee. Is what it looked like to me. Is that how you've seen it?
Yeah, it's got to be one of the. My guess would be one of the 3: MCL, PCL, or LCL. Would be one of those 3. Shoot, it could be anything. Calf strain, could be high ankle sprain, could be, you really don't know. They could just say knee and it end up being something else. But you plan on it, you land a little weird. Yeah, I think MCL. I would say he's probably 3 weeks, 2-3 weeks out. They're probably going to keep him on the roster. Don't put him on IR, but I wouldn't expect him this game or Thanksgiving. But that could also just be completely incorrect. And Josh Jacobs says, no, I'm good to go, because we've been through this 3 times this year already. Hey, I know my body. I know when I'm ready to go. I'll tell you guys when I'm ready. how often do we need to look out for players, keep them off the field when they're trying to get out, in front of themselves. We ran into that last year with Christian, but Josh has done it already 3-4 times this year, saying that he's good to go. Trust me, put me out there. I'd be surprised if he comes out this next game the way it kind of sounds with his knee, but I'm hoping that the MRIs are clear.
My knee.
And again, we don't know any details. This is just listeners kind of firing off, hey, things that may be, right? J. Cole said, I'm thinking an MCL sprain, Turk McGirt, meniscus maybe, right? Jen Wright says, sound like he jammed it. That's what it looks like. But again, sometimes that stuff can look or end up being a little different than it looks, right? J. Cole said, or a bruised bone, right? That's what Christian Watson had, was that bone bruise, wasn't it? And then later on, ended up, no, that was that broke that. That was LVN, wasn't it, that broke the tip?
Yeah, yep.
Yeah, so, it's going to be, She said, Murph, did I hear a poop word, Emilio?
No.
Money in the swear jar?
No, I don't think so. Maybe.
I'm around these knuckleheads so much, Murph. I'm just numb to it now. You know what I mean? And I never curse. You know how that goes.
Yeah, right.
Right. So again, prayers up for Josh Jacobs. Hopefully he returns sooner rather than later. But Tim, the main thing, let him get healthy, right? Don't rush this back, man.
Yeah, I like Emilio's point too. Like, we're not going to IR designate him. Hopefully, keep him available, and let these backs step up. It sure would be nice to get Marshawn Lloyd back in the mix right about now, and have a little more depth there. But I think the way that Emmanuel Wilson's been playing lately, the way we just talked about how well Chris Brooks has been playing, I think we'll be okay in the interim to get till we get Josh back on the field. But hopefully the MRIs show nothing crazy. Jen Wright, we got breaking news on Quay. I believe it was confirmed that he had a stinger, correct?
Is that right? Good deal.
That's what I heard. I don't know. Maybe Jen's got more details in the chat.
Just so everybody knows, she might have been asking news on Quay too.
Oh, yeah, that's what I heard. I heard it was a stinger.
Right, that's the last I heard too. Yeah, so I didn't know if it gotten confirmed, but as this news drops today, if it drops in the middle of the day, I'll go live immediately and get you guys an update on Josh Jacobs or any other information that may come out in that regard. Let's shift gears here real quick, and listen. Victory Monday a little bit sweeter when the Lions get their ass kicked by the Eagles, right? So here we are. The Lions were making fun of Packer fans last week for losing to the Eagles, and the Eagles get the dub. They're 16-9 over the Detroit Lions. Jalen Hurts only threw for 135 yards to still beat the Lions. Dan Campbell struggled to score points just like the Packers did. What's that tell you? Eagles defense is legit, right? We talked about them being a top 10 defense. And going into this game, they had the 10th best scoring offense. The 9th best scoring defense was the last numbers I've seen, right? So obviously it's not just the Packers struggling. And by the way, the Lions now dropped to 6-4. They're 3-3 on the road. And the Lions improved to 8-2. So it's just funny watching everybody respond on Twitter to the Lions fans who were talking absolute trash last week. Shout out to Carla D at KAR052584. I was told the Lions offense was going to show the Packers how to score points against the Eagles. So obviously that did not work out. So shout out to Carla. Appreciate that tweet. And then this is probably my favorite right here, man. This is so well put together. I quote tweeted it. The original tweet was by our buddy Chris at C. Coles. Okay. I wonder if the media going to call Goff a fraud all week for having a bad game against the Eagles like they did Jordan Love. And it's got the old
he's got the training day meme. I love it.
That's perfect. Absolutely perfect. So I just tagged ESPN NFL, First Take, Colin Cowherd, Adam Shine. Say, grab a bat, gang. You're up. Let's see what you got here. Okay, looking forward to y'all raking the Lions over the coals like you did the Packers last week, right? And then, of course, the bookmarks are aplenty when fans talk trash all week, and then all of a sudden, bang, here it is, right? So shout out to at Real Chicken Jock.
Nice.
Pretty solid handle, right? Mid-season, y'all switching kicker. LOL, what a disaster. I love how you conveniently didn't mention that the starting kicker is hurt. Nice that you just made it sound like, oh, yeah, we're just switching up kickers, right? And I said the Lions fan bookmarks are aplenty this morning. As you can see here, all of a sudden the Detroit Lions are in third place in the North. So life comes at you fast, boys. Life comes at you fast. So anything else y'all want to hit before we wrap up here? Anything at all, boys?
Good victory Monday. We needed the win. Yeah, it wasn't pretty completely. Tim's right. Get us to 27. We take that dub. I was hoping for a 27-13 game. Didn't happen. lot happened on the tape. I mean, just you can see that there was some mistakes made. I think that they can get that hammered out. All right, we got a W. That's all that mattered in the win column. Right now, all that's going to matter is playing the Vikings and get a W there. Amen. Then you got Thanksgiving coming up. So a couple of quick games. Was it 2 games in 12 days or something along that? We're closing in fast. Meat of the season. All those things are coming up right now. Team just needs to turn it on.
Yeah, and Tim, Chuck Jaggers makes a good point. So I want the Bears to win the division, a chance to beat them in Chicago to go to the Super Bowl. That would be another parallel that lined up perfect with the 2010 team.
2010 all over again.
Yeah, pretty wild.
They would be devastated. Could you imagine? Oh,
yeah. And Chuck goes on to say, B.J. Raji still haunts the Chicago end zone. That's right. They're still feeling tremors from that earthquake too of him dancing.
Randall Cobb still haunts that Chicago end zone too.
That's a fact, dude. That's a fact.
For sure. But we got to get it done. To Emilio's point, we got to get it done this weekend against the Vikings. I mean, we can laugh at their joke of a quarterback and all of that, but they're still a pretty good defense when they want to be with the Vikings. So, and we know they always, teams come to play, man. We've got to start taking care of 1265 again. Dropping 2 in a row on a homestand was not good. So you got to get right and beat the Vikings at home on Sunday. And we will move forward. And 3 divisionals in a row, guys. So strap your seatbelt on and let's go. It's time for the ride.
Murph got the quote of the day. It wasn't pretty, but she's still beautiful without makeup.
Come on, now.
My man. All right. So, again, you guys know my stance on this. The rest of the season, you can afford 2 more losses, right? Anything more than 2, probably not getting in the playoffs. So, focus on it 1 game at a time. Hell, run the table and win 13. That would be awesome. That 11 to 13 we're in that range. You got to run the table to get to 13. You can lose 2 games to hit 11 if my math is correct. We'll break all that down tonight on PTA Live at 6 p.m. Central. We're also going to dive into the PFF grade. So you guys make sure you hit subscribe, click that bell icon so you're notified when we go live here in the future. If you're new here, all the regulars, thank you all so much for hanging out with us. Give a special shout out to all the super chats. Mike Witt, appreciate you, buddy. Biz, appreciate you as well. And everybody who's a member here on YouTube. I'm also going to get a giveaway together. We'll do an autographed card tonight. You guys have got to remind me, an hour before we go live, or I'll forget again. But we got a bunch of autograph cards we're going to give away. We just gave away an autographed Lucas Van Ness card, a Josh Jacobs jersey card, and a Bullard card as well, which those Bullard cards are looking sweet now that Bull is playing a lot. So, anyway, just a way for us to get back to those who are supporting us. The best way to do that is join our Patreon group, patreon.com/Packer Fan Total Access. $3 get you access to everything on the site. Awesome little community. You got access to the chats and extra content over there. So we appreciate everybody. Everybody have a wonderful day. Enjoy this Victory Monday. We'll see you tonight, 6 p.m. Central for PTA Live. Bye.
Here we go. We're out.
Bye, guys.